Hello, and welcome back to the channel. As most of you know, I'm Topher. And for those of you who don't know and just randomly decided to click on my video, welcome to the channel. I'm Topher. Thank you for stopping by. So we're here to do a reaction, and we're diving back into It's Okay Not to Be Okay. We're diving into episode 2. A few weeks ago, I reacted to episode 1 as kind of a little preview for you guys over on Patreon to see which one of the dozens of series you guys have been recommending you wanted me to actually dive into next. And then I put up a poll, gave you guys a couple weeks to vote, and the winner was It's Okay Not to Be Okay, with, I believe, Doom at Your Service coming up in second place. Not too far behind. So who knows, maybe in next month's poll that one might win and we might dive into that one next. But yeah, I'm excited to dive into this one. There really wasn't any series that I ended up doing like a little preview reaction to last month that I didn't enjoy and that didn't have me excited to dive into reacting to it for one reason or another. But this one, it had just a different vibe about it, and the visuals were just so stunning, absolutely gorgeous, and I found it very compelling. I was nervous going into it because I didn't know what to expect, but then like literally 45 seconds into the episode, I was like, I'm here for this. And then we got through the entire episode. I'm like, I'm here for this. So I'm excited to dive into this and just see where this series takes us. So we're just gonna dive in and find out.
그럼 뭐 하러 왔어? 돈도 아니고 몸도 아니면 못 뜯어먹겠다고 여기까지 왔는데?
See this beautiful woman in this fabulous dress.
당신을 한 번 더 보러.
I would also like to see you again.
다시 한번 확인해 보고 싶었거든.
응?
당신이 내가 알던 누구랑 같은 눈빛을 갖고 있어.
And now you're just somebody that I used to know.
인격이 고장난 사람.
Not you out here pulling petals off the side and whatnot to save this dying boy's life. Lord. She's certainly an interesting child. The snowy landscape, beautiful.
눈빛에 온기가 전혀 없는 그런 여자.
But this little girl they have playing her, the shape of her eyes is absolutely gorgeous.
무서웠어?
I bet you she's going to grow up to be absolutely stunning.
좋아했어.
It's like even us like traipsing through this field of like wheat, it like still, even though there's not an abundance of color, it's still just such beautiful use of scenery.
좋아했어 내가.
그러니까 지금 나한테 수작 거는 거야? 아름다운 추억 속 그녀가 나랑 닮았다?
아름답다고 한 적 없어.
Ooh. He said, I never said these memories. I mean, you don't have to show. Yes, you step away, switch that with like a paper butterfly, and it's like you don't have to show me.
이래도 내가 좋아?
착각하지 마. 별로 좋은 추억 아니야.
그래? 근데 안 좋은 추억일수록 여기에 더 오래 남는데.
Girl, better speak this truth.
그쪽 대표한테 가서 전해. 참 여러모로 수고가 많다고.
뭐?
근데 그 수고 나한테는 안 해도 되니까 다신 연락하지 말라고.
아이고, 제가 너무 늦었죠.
That's great. I left my message with her.
드시면서 저랑 얘기 좀.
아니요, 됐습니다.
벌써 가세요? 사인 받아가셔야죠.
사인.
아니, 그게
아까 저한테 작가님 사인 한 장만 부탁드린다고.
It's like, girl, shut up, shut up, shut up.
내 눈빛이 어쩌고 추억 속 그녀가 어쩌고 주절거리는 게 사인 때문이었어?
아니야.
몸도 아니고 돈도 아니고 원하는 게 사인이었구나.
아니라고.
이야, 이거 잘 됐네. 아, 즉석 팬 미팅이라도 할 겸 저랑 요 꿀물 드시면.
해줄게.
Y'all misunderstand it.
사인.
I mean, yes, I would like your autograph for my baby brother or my big brother, but no.
따끈따끈한 신간이야. 자, 이름.
It's like I do want it for my brother.
문 상태.
아, 누구 그 조카?
형이요. 우리 형.
아, 형님이 팬이셨구나. 이야. 하긴 뭐 우리 문영이가 애고 어른이고 할 거 없이 아주 그냥 다국적으로다가 팬덤이 어마무시하죠. 예, 축하드립니다. 그러면 요거는 뭐 굿즈라고 생각.
I don't want your damn drinks. Thank you, I suppose.
그럼
다음에 또 봐.
그럴 리가.
I mean, I hope you do. I'm very intrigued.
받아가야 돼. 아이씨. 보사님, 보사님. 아, 보사님. 아, 잠시만요. 아이고 참, 그 잠시만. 아주 죄송합니다. 제가 너무 죄송해서 그러니까 요 꿀물 좀 가져가셔서.
Is it stuffed with cash? Child, I'll take it. Hell, I will gladly take it.
너무 많은 것 같은데요.
아니 뭐 그러면 뭐 그 주변에 조금 뭐 논아주시고.
그럴까요?
오, 야야야야야야야야야.
Oh, child, don't kill it. Don't kill her manager or whoever he is. Yes, grab him around the waist. Hello, sir.
야.
I ship it.
이딴 거 필요 없으니까 따라오지 마세요.
I mean, you are currently without employment, so you kind of do need the funds, but I understand your stance.
뒤처리 전담 10년 동안 이 꿀물을 거부한 적 없었는데 희한하네. 감이 안 좋아. 두 박스 줄 걸 그랬나. 씨.
She is fabulous. Utterly fabulous.
예쁘네. 탐내.
Girl, same. Get in line. What the hell? I'm assuming this is a dream sequence. Cool soundtrack though. Okay.
부르셨어.
She's even got the little model-esque pose with her knee bent inward. Just like, oh, she's fabulous.
저번에 일다운 일 해보고 싶댔지.
네. 저 뭐든 시켜만 주세요.
방금 나간 남자 뒤 좀 캐봐.
네.
이 대표한테 일러 바치면 혀를 뽑아버릴 거니까 조용히 해라.
Ooh, child. Okay. Well, that's one way to keep a secret, I suppose.
어딜 가달라고?
그게 이삿짐도 마저 싸야 되고 주인 아줌마 설득도 해야 되고.
잘돼 있대는 영국 옥스퍼드 대든 스타일.
알바 뛰던 것도 싹 다 정리해야 돼서.
야너 거미 똥꿈에서 실 뽑냐? 뭘 그렇게 주절주절거려? 그러니까 그 형님 모시고 뭐 그 여자 사인해지 뭔지 거기 갔다 오는 소리 하냐? 알았어. 시간 장소 문자로 찍어.
Like,
고맙다.
I don't want to see her again.
형님이 좋아? 아주 부끄러운 많어. 귀여워 아주.
Is
어서 오세요.
are we brothers? Is the romantic something happening? I don't know.
주리 씨.
I ship it. Let me just ship it everybody together because they're fine.
또 치킨집 하네요.
Yeah, I ship these two together too.
그렇게 좋아?
상태 오빠, 제 출판 기념회 꼭 와주세요. 사인도 받고 사진도 찍고 즐거운 시간 같이 보낼 거예요. 문야애가 오빠랑 기다린다. 윙크. 상태 오빠, 좋아. 테드, 스포트 테드.
He is adorable and I love him.
형, 이거 봐봐. 이게 멋진데?
멋진 거, 멋진 표정 어떤 거야? 어떤 거? 멋진 표정, 멋진 표정.
Girl, I wish I knew. You just be your normal, adorable self, baby boy. You better sit on this throne, this meeting.
자, 다들 회의 시작합시다.
모니터 결과인데요. 대부분의 의견이 이 일러스트가 너무 그로테스크한 느낌이라고.
그 가뜩이나 작가님 매번 잔혹성 논란이 있었는데 이번엔 사파도 안목하는 것 같아서 걱정이.
그래, 그럼 그 이제부턴
그대로 가.
그대로 쭉 가고.
미국에서 애니메이션으로 제작하기로 한 작가님 책이요.
뭐 그 미운 개새끼?
네. 그 담당자 연락 왔는데 개에서 고양이 캐릭터로 수정한.
걔로 하라 그래. 바꾸면 계약 파기한다고.
야, 문영아, 그러면 우리 쪽에
She
피해가
said, I ain't changed a
어마무시하게.
goddamn thing about any of my work.
야, 유승재, 너 어디 감히 그 작가 허락도 없이 걔를 고양이로 둔갑시켜? 이 어머니 종이 다른데, 그 오리지널 대로 그 가라 그래. 가려고?
내일 출판 기념 사인회 1시간 내로 끝내. 뭐든 빨리 끝내는 게 신상이 좋을 거야. 승재 씨?
She is fabulous. Utterly fabulous.
여보세요? 삼촌 누구 뒷조사 좀 해주라. 알지. 민중의 지팡이가 그럼 안 되지. 그 삼촌 아는 사람들 중에 국정원 요원이나 그 뭐지? 흥신소 직원 같은. 여보세요?
Like I ain't got time to help you, niece. Sorry.
또 이사 간다면서요. 여기저기 미련 없이 훌훌 떠나는 거 좀 부러워요. 갈 병원은 정했어요?
어디든 있겠죠. 다행인지 불행인지 정신병원은 계속 늘어나니까.
우리 병원도 지금 병역 보호사 뽑는데. 괜찮은 병원이라고 3교대예요. 오픈은 10일 정도니까 원하면 지금처럼 짬내서 알바도 뛸 수 있고 또 강태 씨처럼 조무사 자격증 있는 보호사는 수당도 붙고요.
어디 있는
Sounds too good to
병원인데?
be true.
성진 씨요. 우리 고향. 강태 씨도 어릴 때 거기 살았다면서요. 지금은 뭐 여기저기 재개발돼서 시골 느낌도 별로 안 나요. 또 얼마 전에 멀티플렉스 극장도 생기고.
Yes, give me these flashbacks. Oh, John, not this flashback. Lord.
내가 그래서 내가 나비가 죽였어. 나비가 죽였어. 내가 봤어. 나비가 그랬어.
형! 똑바로 말해. 남자 여자야. 나이는 얼굴은.
See, I can understand both sides of both. Oh.
말하면 나도 죽인댔어. 쫓아와서 죽인댔어.
Seeing it's not baby boy's fault here.
어린애는 보육시설에 맡기고 큰애는 장애 아동센터에 인계하는 게 맞는 것 같아요. 그게 두 아이를 위해서 최선인 것 같아요.
네, 부탁드리겠습니다.
형, 가자.
Not your brother. Okay, Lord. So you guys have been living together on your own like this for a while then.
우리 이제 어디 가?
나비가 쫓아오지 않는 대로.
멀리?
멀리.
우리 집에 빈 방이 하나 있어요. 아, 그니까 안 쓰는 방인데 엄마랑 나는 1층에 따로 사니까 혹시 성진 씨 내려오게 되면 집은 따로 안 구해도 될 것 같아요.
She's saying, "Come home, baby.
진짜 가야겠다.
I got you a house. I got you a job. Come home to me, baby."
신경 써준 거 고마운데 거긴 안 가요.
왜요? 너무 시골이라?
시골이라.
I have so many questions. One, why is this man so damn fine? Two, why countryside? Why are we avoiding countrysides? Fabulous.
다음에 또 봐.
그럴 리가.
So when he doesn't show up with his brother, you gonna kidnap his brother until he comes to pick him up or something? Because you want to see him? Oh, not him not answering his phone. Is he blackout drunk? So now you're gonna have to take him.
너한테 내가 있어.
Yeah? That's so? Is there love? Is there a crush here that I'm supposed? Am I supposed to be shipping them together? Because I kind of am.
재수 언제 와? 재수 씨.
I love him in his little suit. But he is so happy right now. Oh god, she's stunning. I love her smile. Okay, that was kind of a semi sort of quasi smirk in some of those pictures. The first couple, it was always just like, baby boy, calm down, calm down. Breathe, breathe, breathe.
저기 복도 끝에 화장실 보이지? 화장실 봤어? 이따 형이 사인 받고 있을 때 나는 딱 저만큼 떨어져서 보고 있을 테니까 형은 그 여자 사인 받고 고문영 작가님? 그래, 고문영 작가님 사인 받고 사진 찍은 다음에 곧바로 집에 돌아가는 거다. 약속시키면 내가 뭐 해준다고?
공룡 대비가 사전 사줘요.
형, 뛰지 마. 형.
It's like, don't run, calm down, breathe, breathe, baby boy. I mean, as far as waiting lines go, this isn't that bad. Like, she right there. And I think she spotted you.
우리 줄 서 있어. 나 이만큼만 떨어져 있을게.
신간이 나왔는데 당연히 축하해줘야지. 명색이 내가 고문영 전담 평론가 아니야. 아 예. 네. 그렇죠. 아동문학 베스트셀러 10위 안에 무려 7번이라. 진짜
Yeah,
끝내준다.
her taking up 70% of the top 10 list.
얼굴빨? 아이 이 얼굴빨이 아니라 글빨이죠. 자, 저 여기서 이러지 마시고 저랑 어디 가셔가지고 달달한 꿀물 한 잔. 왜 이래? 자,
Oh, baby boy. Nope, 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 nope. See, this is why Big Brother probably should have stayed with him. To help him. Just in case his imagination gets away from him.
와 씨발, 가 뒤졌다 씨.
Yeah.
저 어디?
Girl, you can answer the phone right there.
형, 나 통화 좀 하고 올게. 왜 그대로 있어?
Girl, you could answer the call right where you were. You don't have to go anywhere.
스테고사우루스 이거 지붕도마뱀이란 뜻이야. 지붕도마뱀이란 뜻.
이제 와서 우린 뭘 와.
골판 이게 동쪽을 따라 도단한 골판.
Baby boy, go talk to your brother.
과학자들 그때 살지 않았으니까. 뭐야 당신? 스테고사우루스 엄청 커.
I mean, I can understand how this would be frightening to this child. And why the parents would be protective of, hey, grown man, please don't touch my child.
스테고사우루스 똑같은 인형. 제가 지은 이 아이의 이름은 눈물이랑 좋게 말하니까 못 알아듣지.
Seeing like now he's getting overstimulated. All these flashing lights and whatnot aren't helping.
미안해. 괜찮아요. 괜찮아.
줄까 말까?
Child, I'm back to this.
줄까 말까?
I'm curious as to what your method of helping him would be in this instance. Oh, thigh-high boots with this coat dress. God, why is she so fabulous?
사과하지. 해요. 사과.
내가 왜 이 자식한테?
나한테. 뭐? 아저씨 때문에 지금 내 사인을
But girl, you ruined my book signing event.
이게 왜 나 때문이야 이 빙신 같아!
She says,
이렇게 머리끄댕이를 잡는데 소리를 안 지를 사람이 있나?
she said you want to start grabbing bitches by the hair.
당신도 지르네.
아니 그러면 왜 미친놈이 애한테 해코지라는데 그냥 가만히 보고만 있어? 아 좋댔다.
정신과 의사세요? 미친 걸 어떻게 하셨대?
그거야. 막 말을 막 주절 막 이상하게 하니까.
She gives zero fucks.
아니 말을 막 주절주절 하시길래 미친 애인 줄 알았지.
여보 들었지? 들었죠? 방금 나한테 쌍욕한 거. 뭐해 빨리 찍으라고. 찍어.
I mean, the moment's passed at this point. All you got a video of is her standing here staring at this fine ass man. You are not a bad person, baby boy. Boundaries, but you know, little issue, but you are not a bad person. Obviously, we know that he meant no harm, but I can understand why the parents would be as defensive as they were.
언젠데?
1시간. 길면 하루. 이틀. 제발 1절만 해.
이제 제대로 봐주네.
It's like I got my way.
뭐 하는 짓이야?
모자 쓰지 마. 예쁜 얼굴 안 보여.
I mean, I won't fault her there. His face is beautiful.
왜 빨개져? 아, 넌 앞머리가 성감되구나. 그치?
Why you want to know about all my family's erogenous zones? Mind your business, lady.
어이, 보작가. 그새 또 한 건 했던데. 이 대표 이번엔 똥줄 제대로 빠지겠어. 애인, 연애도 해?
꿀물 먹었으면 입 다물고 가지.
야, 인상 쓰니까 얼굴이 엄마랑 아주 똑같네. 엄마가 글도 잘 쓰고 참 섹시했는데.
Not you being a sleaze
오전에
bag.
그런가 여러모로 닮았어.
헛소리 치우고 당신 갈 길이나 가지.
지금이야 좋겠지. 근데 조심하는 게 좋을걸. 유명 소설가였던 엄마는 어느 날 갑자기 사망 소식이 들려왔고, 잘 나가던 건축가 아빠는 머리가 휘가닥해서.
Yes, and if you don't want one of those alternatives to happen to you, I suggest you walk away.
나중에 당신은 어떻게 될라나?
이거 나.
Because she has zero issues choking a bitch out. Because she was going straight for that neck if he didn't grab her hand.
나 좋아해? 책임질 거야? 감당할 수 있어? 네가 뭔데 날 붙잡아?
Why is she so fabulous? But baby boy, also maybe don't leave your brother alone again. That's how we got into trouble the first time. Where are you going? Okay, you're worried she going. Well, I mean, that's a valid concern to have, but it's her business.
역시 내가 펜 한 번 들면 너 이 바닥에서 매장이야.
Not if I destroy your life with the tip of you over this damn staircase.
소셜 인격 장애자가 아동 문학을 쓴다. 이 코미디가 세상에 밝혀지면 어떻게 될까?
원하는 게 뭐야?
이제 꿀물이 좀 질리네. 그냥 네가 내 비위 좀 잘 맞춰주면 응? 좋겠는데.
He's like, she's like, you could not handle me.
근데 펜은 나도 들 수 있거든.
She's got great reflexes, I tell you. I know I should not be laughing at this, but he's also a slimy asshole, and I ain't got time for him and his shenanigans. And he's still alive, so not excusing anything. She's still utterly fabulous.
거기서
뭐 하는 거야?
심호흡해.
You better give her these calming techniques.
더 깊이.
뭐 하는 거?
눈 감아.
Yes, Daddy.
스스로 통제가 안 될 땐 이렇게 양팔을 X자로 교차해서 양쪽 어깨를 번갈아서 토닥여줘. 이러면 격했던 감정이 좀 진정될 거야.
이게 뭔데?
It's like, what witchcraft is this? Oh, let's bring in the butterflies back into this.
트라우마 환자들한테 추천하는 자가치료법이야.
뒤에서 이러는 건 내 취향 아니야.
I mean, I can think of some fun with him standing behind me, but that's...
트라우마는 이렇게 앞에서 마주봐야지. 뒤에서 보듬는 게 아니라.
I mean, he can hold me from behind. That's fine. I ain't mad about it. Yes, I would love some face-to-face interaction.
너 이 사태 이거 어떻게 수습할 거야? 어? 목격자가 지금 한둘이 아니잖아. 너 어떻게 맨날 이기적으로 네 밖으로 그냥 네가 그렇게 사버리냐? 어? 야, 너 뭐했어? 너 담배 폈지?
I don't know why you keep yelling at me. Like, why aren't you around? You keep yelling at me that I wasn't around to stop her from doing stuff. Where were you, sir? If you were so concerned about her being alone at every waking moment, why weren't you there?
사인 못 받아서 속상해? 형이 속상하면 나도 속이 너무 아파. 공룡백과사전.
Stop it. Stop it. Stop it.
좋아? 좋아. 내가 완전 표정 좋아.
He said, screw her autograph.
고문형이 좋아.
뗄살때 엄마 공룡 마야 잡으라.
I like this dinosaur the best.
달리는 도마뱀이랑 뜻으로 매우 빨리 달려서 불천일입니다. 알아서 깨어난 새끼는 35cm 정도인데 1년 안에 3m 정도로 자라 마시아라오라는 무리 흐를 지으면서 새끼 1m 정도로 자랄 때까지 돌보았다. 마시아라오라 할 때 살 엄마 공룡. 꿀공룡 바라케라토스. 몸빛이 작고 꼬리도 잘 짧은 편이다. 바라케라토스는 사막에 살면서 모래를 파고들어 그 사료가 그 속에서 알을 낳았다. 꼬막조공룡. 무시무시한 작살 발톱 파리오닉.
전에도 차에 부딪혀서 입원했던 거 기억 안 나?
No lord.
주세요. 집에 가서 보자. 위험해서 그래.
Look over there.
안 속아, 조엘이.
재수 씨.
Where you been, bitch? I don't understand this
너 알지?
dynamic.
나 맥주 1톤을 퍼마시 똑같다고 하는 거.
형, 우리 예전에 어렸을 때 살던 데 기억나? 엄마랑 같이 살던데.
성진 씨.
우리 거기 가서 살까? 형이 싫다 그러면 안 가도
좋아.
It's like, okay, yeah, that's great. Let's go.
진짜 괜찮아?
거기 중국집 짬뽕 맛있는데 짬뽕. 시장통 초입 홍초 넣고 땡초 넣고 국물을 끝내줘.
우리 형은 진짜 용감하다. 난 아직 겁쟁인데.
동생이니까 겁쟁이. 동생이니까 겁쟁이지. 형만 믿어 형만. 형 있으면 든든하니까. 형만 믿어 형만 믿어.
오늘 오전 어느 맘카페에 올라온 동영상입니다. 고문영 작가는 자신의 출판 기념 사인회에서 이해 못할 폭언과 폭행을 퍼부으며 현장에 있던 수많은 팬들에게
I guess we're gonna leave out the part where he was attacking the other guy.
아니 다치고자 자기한테 사과하라면서 내 머리채를 잡아챘다니까요. 가뜩이 나타났는데
Yeah, she suddenly started doing it.
이러면서 웃는데 내가 어찌나 소름이 돋든지.
We're gonna ignore the part where he was yanking the other person's hair.
자자자자 다들 정신 차리고 일단 저 두 분을 찾아가서 위로 금주로다가 꿀물을 조금만 드리면 될 것 같아요.
여기서 끝이 아닙니다. 이번 사건을 계기로 고문영 작가의 과거 엽기적인 행적들이 인터넷상의 핫 이슈로 떠오르고 있는데요.
읽어봐. 페어리텔 동화 몰라? 자, 너희 10세들은 동화가 뭐라고 생각해? 이주면 그때 10세 말해봐.
Trying to run PR for her must be a fucking nightmare.
저기 대체 뭐가 문제야? 우리 이거보다 더한 난관도 헤쳐봤어. 분명히 솟아날 구멍이 있어. 대표님, 큰일 났습니다. 왜? 또 왜?
이번에 나온 신작 좀비 아이요. 내용이랑 사파가 너무 잔혹하다고 시민단체에서 판매 금지 가처분 신청.
고문영 지금 어디 있어? 고문영 어디 있어?
You keep yelling about how things keep happening when you're not around, and yet you constantly are not around her. Now, I'm not saying he should have to live his entire life hovering over her, but if you are so concerned that she's gonna do stuff when you are not around, maybe you need to be around more. Yes.
공룡 너 지금 어디야? 어디냐고?
안데르센 동화 중에 빨간 구두라고 알지?
너 갑자기 무슨 소리야? 지금 어디 있냐고?
I think you should drive a little more slowly and cautiously in this wet weather. Lord. Fabulous! Come on with this foreign stiletto and this gorgeous ornate umbrella.
소녀는 엄숙하고 경건한 장소에서도 굳이 꼭 그 빨간 구두를 신고 가지. 그 구두를 신으면 두 발이 저절로 춤을 추게 되고 영원히 춤을 멈출 수도 구두를 다시 벗을 수도 없게 돼. 그런데도 소녀는 빨간 구두를 절대 포기하지 않아. 결국 사형 집행인이 나서서 소녀의 발목을 잘라냈지만 잘려나간 두 발은 빨간 구두를 신은 채 계속해서 춤을 췄어. 억지로 갈라놔도 절대 떨어질 수 없는 게 있어.
It's like I said, I hope I never saw you again. Why are you here?
집착은
Why are you following me, ma'am?
성고하고 아름다운 거야. 왜긴 보고 싶어서 왔지.
Aw, that's sweet, right? Okay, so first and foremost, you guys probably heard me say it at least 15, 20 times throughout the episode. She is fabulous. Moon Young is fabulous. Utterly fabulous. Like, the actress playing her is doing such an amazing job because, A, obviously, she is absolutely stunning. Absolutely stunning to look at. And whoever the costumer is giving her this ornate wardrobe understood the assignment and is giving me my life. Like, she looks fabulous at all times. There's not a single time that she has not looked utterly fabulous, whether she is at home in her robes or she is out on the town in her lush gowns, or she's wearing this nice little coat dress with a little skirt and her little thigh-high black stockings. Like, it doesn't matter what she's wearing, what hairstyle she has, what makeup she has on, she is fabulous through and through. And then the attitude, the actress portraying this attitude, fabulous. Like, she is fierce, she is fabulous, she is everything in life. I live for her. Granted, I wouldn't say that she's like aspiration, like a role model. Like, yes, I want to grow up to be her. Like, but there's just something about her that I see her and I'm like, man, this woman is fabulous. fabulous. Like, just that given zero fucks. And she literally gives zero fucks about just about everything. Like, yes, she is a super successful author. And, you know, apparently it runs in the bloodline. Her mother was also a super successful author. And she's got all this money and all this notoriety that she's, you know, gained over the years of her children's books, this, that, the other. She's at the top of her game. But she also just gives zero fucks. So she will do things, and Mr. Lee is out here shitting bricks 24/7 because everything that she does in some way, shape, or form could potentially harm her career. And he is out here trying to play career preservation. He's like, I need to do whatever I can to keep this woman, to keep her in the good limelight. Why he feels so attached to her, I don't know. Like, for me, if I've never worked in PR a day in my life, but like if I were like an agent or something like that, and I just had someone who was this unruly and just terrible to try and manage, and constantly have to going behind them, clean up these messes, paying off this person, paying off that person, I would maybe say they need to seek other representation, or, you know, I would find myself employed with some other somebody. So I don't know if it's a personal investment he has, if it's a promise he made to the family at some point, if he's just in it for the money, I don't know what his reasons are for staying when this job causes him so much stress and heartache. Like, can't think there's a single time that I've seen him this series, and it's only been 2 episodes, but I don't think there's a single time that I've seen him that he hasn't been just stressed to the max. He has been just beside himself this entire series. So I don't know why he continues to stay at this job or continues to represent her or do whatnot. Like, I would save myself the heartache and the headache and move elsewhere, move on to, you know, greener pastures. But yes, she does not care whether what she does could potentially ruin her career, this, that, the other, because I think the one reviewer who was like sleazy and pushing up on her said like she had what was it? Basically something along the lines of not. Let me go to that scene before I don't want to start quoting things and say it incorrectly. He said. Back it up. So before he. Draco talks down to others. It's like, I can destroy your career with the tip of my pen. I'm sure that you know that. A famous children's books writer that actually turned out to have an antisocial personality disorder. Which may be an official diagnosis, or he may just be out here saying that she seems terribly antisocial. I don't know. I don't know if she's actually been diagnosed with anything in this universe. But, you know, perhaps this antisocial disorder that she may or may not have just kind of keeps her from giving any fucks whatsoever. So it's like she doesn't really care about these interactions with certain people. She will say whatever's on her mind. So like when we're getting all these video clips at the end of her in the classrooms and she's like, oh, this brat, that brat, or like what we saw in the first episode when that little girl and her mom asked for her autograph in the tea shop and the little girl sat on her lap and she started spouting off stuff about how fairy tales aren't real and witches are beautiful, or whatever she was saying, and the little girl starts crying. Like, yes, she writes a lot of books for children, but we saw little glimpses of her book when she was reading in her little story time session at the hospital, and, you know, they're not necessarily the most, we'll say, typical light and colorful children's books that you would see. They seem to have this air of darkness and this gloomy cloud over them, which, you know, makes sense from what we've seen of her thus far. So even though she's writing for children, I don't necessarily think that she cares one iota about what these kids think. And she's not out here to trying to be a role model. She's just like, you know, I'm writing these books. These are my stories. I'm writing my stories. And these are my stories. This is how it's going to be. So we saw when they're like, hey, you know, this, we got back some reviews and I think the illustrations are too dark. So perhaps we should change it. She's like, don't you change anything. Like, okay, we're not going to change it. And the US adaptation they wanted to change the dog to a cat. And she's like, tell them to take it as it is or I'm going to annul their contract. Well, how dare they even think to change the author's work? Like, she's writing her stories for herself. She ain't changing a damn thing. She doesn't care who likes them, doesn't like them, whatnot. And same thing with her interaction with people. She doesn't care who likes her, who doesn't like her. Doesn't care if she's upsetting children, making them happy. She doesn't care if other adults are happy with her, upset with her. She does not care. She is acting on just pure impulse and whatever brings her delight in the moment. So her pushing the reviewer down the staircase, okay, can't necessarily say that I'm upset at that. I don't encourage violence in day-to-day life, but he was a sleazy asshole. And like I said in my reaction to, what was I reacting to recently? I don't remember what I was reacting to, but something relatively recently where I was making the comment that there's just something innate in us as a human race that likes to see people get what's coming to them, and like enjoys seeing people who've done bad things receive the punishment or the retribution that is coming towards them for these bad deeds that they have, you know, conducted. So you've got this sleazy, disgusting reviewer man who's clearly out here trying to abuse his power and, you know, gain sexual favors from her because of this, that, the other. And it's like, it's disgusting. It's disgusting. And I'm not saying that she needs to push his ass down the staircase or, you know, stab him in the eye or anything like that, but definitely putting him in his place and letting him know that I'm not the one to fuck with. Yes, by all means. So her methods of letting someone know she's not the one to fuck with, and my methods are slightly different. You know, I'd have a slightly less aggressive approach, but you know what? The results speak for themselves. So she started with just a little warning jab, like, hey, I could kill you with the tip of a pen too. I'm not going to. And she's like, bye. And then he didn't die. And she's like, damn. Why do all the bad people always have such long lifespans? And she felt zero remorse. She did not give a fuck that she just potentially threw this man down to his death. Just like in episode 1 when she was getting ready to stab the mental patient. She's like, she gave zero fucks. She's like, I'ma stab him. Like, whatever. Like, this idea of like remorse and feeling bad about potentially harming another human being, whatnot, it does not reside in her home. It does not reside there. She's given zero fucks. She is out here just living her best life and doing what satisfies her. And there's just something intriguing about someone who is so unapologetically unbothered by everything in the world, and who can just live their life so unbothered that literally her entire career is like going up in shambles right now. Her PR team is having a nervous breakdown. One is about to jump off a fucking rooftop because of the stress from this job. And she's like, I'm gonna go visit this man at this mental hospital. Like, she gives zero. I do think it was a fun callback to, they did a lot of flashing back to them as children and then them present day, and I think it was a nice callback when what's his brother's name, Sung Tae, was having his episode during the book signing, and Gang Tae came to cover him, protect him, because again, I can understand where the parents were coming from in that instance, and it makes sense. If I were a parent and approached with that sort of situation, I probably would have a similar kind of knee-jerk reaction to, hey, protect my child from this strange adult man who keeps trying to pet and stroke my child. Granted, us as viewers know that he was harmless. He meant absolutely nothing by it. He is living somewhere on the spectrum, and he was having a moment. So, like, we understand, viewers, that he meant absolutely nothing by it. But I can understand why the parents would be fearful and like, hey. And then we're, pushing him aside, and he keeps coming back stronger. Like, hey, I got this toy. And again, he meant no harm by it, but I can understand what it would feel like to want to protect your child from this strange adult man who keeps coming and trying to pet him for reasons. Do I think that the dad needed to get quite as physical? No, but also I might be looking at it from the perspective of, I know that he meant no harm. I have all of the insight here watching the series. If I were living in that moment, I don't know. I can't speak for my intentions or what I would be doing in that moment because, well, I'm not a parent, and I can only hypothesize what I would do, but I don't know for certain because I'm not a parent. And I feel like once you become a parent, that desire, that innate feeling inside you to protect your offspring, it's a whole different kind of beast, a whole different kind of monster. So I won't fault the parents. I will just say it was an unfortunate situation. And yes, Song-tae was having an episode because at that point he was getting overstimulated from the interactions with the father, who was grabbing his hair and, throwing him around, which, anyone would get upset with that. But yes, that interaction alone was enough to incite this episode. But then you've got this massive crowd of people all around him looking at him and murmuring, and you've got all these flashing lights from the cameras and this, that, the other, and it's just so much stimulation that he just lost it. He did not know how to process. It was too much for him to process, and he just screamed. He just lay down and screamed. So thankfully Gong-tae heard this, which again, I wish that he had just answered the phone in the library like he didn't. Maybe in this universe that library was so noisy that he had to step outside, but like in what we were watching, there was some minor talking happening there, not enough that I needed to step outside to, take this phone call. Like, he could have stayed his ass right there and stayed on the phone, but whatever, we needed to progress this plot line. So Gong-tae came in and protected him, shielded him, and basically was just trying his best to kind of calm him down. And I feel like we could have neutralized a lot of that situation. Not that Gong-tae needs to go around explaining his brother's situation to every person they encounter, but I feel like in that particular instance, we could have neutralized the situation a little bit had he talked to the father and been like, this is the situation. I don't know what happened, but he didn't mean any harm, something along those lines. But also, the father did lay hands on his older brother, so I could see why he would potentially have the urge to defend his little brother or his older brother. There's a lot. It's a very messy, sticky situation. So I'm trying to take in all sides and all accounts. Meanwhile, Moon Young is just sitting up there like, should I help? That's how I got to this scene. I was talking about the fun callback where in one of the flashbacks when poor little Gong-tae was drowning in this ice lake, she's like, should I help him? Should I not? Should I help? I'm like, girl, he is dying. I know you seem to not have any care, remorse, or anything for anybody in the world, but baby, he's died. I need you to make this decision a little bit quicker. So it was a interesting callback to that same situation where it's like, She's like, should I help him? Should I not help him? Should I help to neutralize the situation? Should I not help him? I don't know what she ended up deciding. In her head, she may have saw her interactions as helping. Clearly it made things worse, but she may have thought that she was helping, maybe, question mark. Either way, she rolled down there and she's like, you don't have to apologize. You need to apologize. And he's like, why do I need to apologize to him? He's the one he's like, I'm not talking about him. You apologize to me. You ruined my book signing. I'm like, Lord, why are you so fabulous? And he's like, I didn't do anything. And then she grabs him by the hair and he starts screaming. She's like, look, you grabbed him by the hair. I'm grabbing you by the hair. And obviously the impulse is to start screaming. So it makes sense that he would start screaming when you grabbed him by the hair, which, you know, valid. These are valid points here. Not necessarily saying I agree with her methods, but these are valid points. You start grabbing someone violently by the hair, they may have the impulse to start screaming because they don't like being yanked up by the hair by some stranger. Now, for some people, that might be their kink. They might be into that. You know, that's what it is. That is not the case in this situation. So she was just trying to illustrate a point, and I appreciate the point she was trying to illustrate. But again, I don't know that her methods were necessarily the approach that we needed for this point. And then the mama's trying to step in, and she's just like, oh, crazy bitch. Like the whole thing just kind of got out of hand a little bit. Again, I don't know if she thought she was helping, but I don't know that she actually was. But it was hilarious nonetheless. And yeah, I said there towards the end of the episode that when they were looking at all the PR stuff that they had to do and all these people are banning the books and burning this merchandise, I'm like, I think y'all might be taking it a little overboard. Like, yes, okay, technically she did kind of sort of quasi-assault this man. But also, I guess in all of these news stories and whatnot, we're going to leave out that part of the video where he was assaulting this other man first. But okay, that was fine. So yes, technically she did assault this man. And she did call the mom a crazy bitch. These are things that did happen. Perhaps we reconsider some of the deals we're making with her. Maybe we don't quite put her book in the window. Maybe we don't quite feature her work right now. But I don't know that it was necessarily warranted burning this and burning that. But maybe it's because I'm biased right now because I think she's utterly fabulous. So I'm like, y'all are taking this a little too far because she's fabulous. Why y'all hating on this fabulous queen? Yes. What else happened? What else? There were so many points throughout this episode where I thought the episode was going to end, and then it didn't. It kept going on, and I was happy because I'm like, I'm enjoying what's happening here. I'm not ready for this episode to end yet, and then it just kept going. I'm like, oh, this is such a treat. We had a visit from our hometown friend, who also is the same girl who works in the hospital with Moon Young's father, who I believe is the one who came to try and get her to sign whatever waiver so that Moon Young's father could get surgery or whatever treatment. So she is I don't know how long they've been friends. Well, she said that's the hometown that they lived when they were kids, and it seems from the flashback we got that they haven't been back there since they were kids. There's so much more to this flashback that I think we still are going to get. So there's so many other pieces left to complete this puzzle. But Friend is here, and Friend seems to have crush on Gangtae. Gangtae, I don't know that he's not necessarily interested, but like his other friend was telling her when they were having drinks, he ends up moving around so much that he doesn't see the point in trying to pursue any sort of anything with somebody that's only going to last a year. So he may have an interest in just not wanting to pursue things, or he just might not have any interest. Not entirely certain yet, but she has some sort of interest in him. And she's like, hey, I've got a house and I got a job for you and this, that, the other. So why don't you come home? And he's like, I can't because I'm avoiding the countryside. which may be due to the trauma he suffered with the whole butterfly picking thing. There's so many questions I have, and there's so many parts of this timeline that I'm not sure where the pieces lie. Like when he was drowning in the first interaction they had when she saved him. Was this before his mother died? Was this after his mother died? Because this whole time we're running from these butterflies. The whole thing, butterflies killed my mom. And we're running from the butterflies for the sake of my brother and this, that, the other. But then we also have that scene where he's running away from her because she's out here plucking wings off butterflies and this, that, the other. So did he run away from this city and not come back because he saw her plucking off these things with the butterflies, and the thing with his mom had already happened? Like, did he meet her after his mom had already passed, after they had run off, and that's why he got so attached to her and followed her everywhere, because she saved his life and he really didn't have much else to do besides watch over his brother? Or did all that happen before his mom passed and then he ran away? Like, I got lots of questions about the timeline, but I'm gonna wait because they'll answer what I need to answer eventually. Yeah, so many. There's so many just details and just interesting things. But at the end of the day, I love the relationship between Dong-tae and his brother, because you can genuinely see that he's just someone who cares about his older brother. He cares about him and wants to protect him and take care of him. But at the same time, there are those instances where you see that, Song-tae also cares about, Dong-tae. And it's sweet. It's sweet there too. There's so much of the series where Moon-young and Gang-tae are literally just staring at each other, and it's beautiful. Cinematography is absolutely gorgeous. There's so many great transitions between scenes seamlessly. So many great uses of animated illustrations as well as, the real world cinematography. Soundtrack is fantastic. There's just so much about it. It's a vibe, it's a mood, it's an atmosphere. I'm here for it. I've got questions about her mom, because again, I don't know how far into the supernatural we're leaning into this, or if all of these things that we kind of saw in the early parts of the first episode that felt supernatural-ish, if that's really just a metaphor for things that happened in the real world. Are the butterflies a metaphor? Are they actual demon butterflies? Is it someone with a butterfly tattoo? I don't know. There's so many questions that I have, but I'm very interested to see where this takes us. But yeah, I loved it. Love. This series is so good. How many episodes is this one again? Because it's only the one season, so I'll be sad when it's over. This is okay, not to be okay. 16 episodes. Okay, so not too long, but not super duper short. Yeah, I love this. So, hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, turn on notifications to be notified when all of my shenanigans get posted. If there's anything else you'd like me to react to, be sure to leave it down in the comments. I'll get to it as soon as I possibly can. If you'd like to support the channel in other ways, you're more than welcome to join us over on Patreon. Don't have to, but you're more than welcome to if you want to. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Love ya. Mwah.